So we are the Sunday Morning Knitters. I'm Melanie from Connecticut.
And I'm Chelsea from Michigan.
So we missed our Rhinebeck week. We were planning to record a podcast while we were together in Rhinebeck, and that totally did not happen.
Yeah, we ran out of time, I think, more or less.
It's just how the weekend always seems to go. I felt like I went into that weekend with so many plans, and there are so many things that we got to do, but that was one of those things that just did not happen. And there was no time for it either.
I was exhausted when I got home.
Yeah. Well, you had a crazy drive on top of that.
Yeah. I was just, so tired when I got home. And then I had to work the next 9 days straight, so.
Yeah.
That wasn't fun. But besides that, we'll talk more about that later, though,
yes.
in our whole Rhinebeck little subcategory for today's podcast.
Yes, but first we'll start off with works in progress. So I know we chatted a little bit about this. I have just started another sweater because that's apparently all I want to knit this year is sweaters. So I cast on for the Ingalls Sweater by Caitlin Hunter. And I don't have too much so far. It's just basically the neckline. I did the short row shaping, and I've just knit the very first row of the lace. So you probably can't even see it because it's just yarn overs and
yeah.
whatnot.
What color is it? Like a navy or a gray?
It's a dark gray, and it kind of gives me greenish yellow vibes. I feel like the white that it was dyed over was not super, super, super bright white, and I love it. So this is the Farmer's Daughter's new base. It's called Piskun, and it's a rambouillet, and it's supposed to be a DK, but it's actually pretty heavy, so I think it's more of a worsted. It's beautiful. This is a Rhinebeck acquisition, but
I've never used this stuff before.
I haven't either, and I was kind of tricked in. Well, I wasn't tricked into buying the yarn because I wanted to get something from there, but Caitlin Hunter was in the booth at the time that I wandered in, so I got super excited, and then I'm like, oh, I have to buy the next sweater's worth of yarn from here, and it's gonna be her sweater, and I freaked out, and I'm not regretting it though because this is absolutely beautiful. So the pattern is just very simple, top down. It does have a colorwork motif for the yoke, and it's just these kind of snowflake patterns, and I'm gonna knit that in this off-white, which I think will be pretty. Yeah. So very basic. I love neutrals, so
Well, they go with everything.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
It's a good one.
Yeah. I will say with the sweater, so I tend to size down on her patterns because of how much positive ease she recommends. So I'm knitting the extra, extra small, and it's still supposed to have 6 inches more on the bust size than I would normally knit for myself, which is crazy. So
do you want it to be more form-fitting then and tighter, or do you want it still a little bit of positive ease on there?
I want it to be a lot more form-fitting, but I still want that positive ease that I want it to kind of fit around the shoulders and then just kind of flow out once I get past the bust. And I think the extra, extra small will be fine for that. It might be a little bit bigger, but I'm knitting it on 6s, and like I said, this yarn is a lot thicker than an actual DK, so I think this is actually going to work out perfectly.
I'm not 100% familiar with that pattern. I know what it looks like, but I don't know what the fit's like. Does it have the dropped shoulders like all of our other patterns, or?
Not so much. This one, I feel like it's more similar to the Zweig sweater, where at least for the top, it's a little bit more simple on the yoke, and the the shoulder, the split for the sleeves, it's not as low, and I really don't want it to be that low on this one because I don't think it would look as good. I knit the Swan Show and I love it with that, but this one, it's just a classic sweater. I don't think my sleeve should split at my hips or anything. So
interesting.
Yeah. I know. Wonder why I said that. But that's all I'm working on at the moment. I started a sock in Rhinebeck and finished the first one, and I haven't cast on the second one. I'm just waiting till I'm kind of in between projects to pick that up and work on it. Yeah. So what about you?
I feel like, how many weeks have gone past since we podcasted last? 3?
I think 3. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, I feel like there's not a lot to show, but I guess there is at the same time.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. It seems like I feel like I've knit a lot in those 3 weeks, and I know I've finished other things that I didn't remember to grab. Like, I finished a shawl, but yeah, I know what you mean. Like, for 3 weeks, I feel like we were knocking out so many projects leading up to Rhinebeck, and now we're kind of like, so.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like what's happened with me is that, like, I've started a lot of projects in between that time and then finished them pretty much. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm just lying right now, because that could be the case too. I'm trying to think of what I have. But currently, I am just working on those socks that I showed the last podcast. It's the Spun Right Round, and I don't even grab them out of my car because I always keep my little bag in my car so that if I go in somewhere, I knit on them. And then it's just kind of like my traveling knitting. Yeah. So I'll probably bring it the next time and show it off. But right now, it's just all I've done is I've gotten to the heel and I'm working on the foot. So I've gotten quite a bit done because that's what I worked on for the car ride. So
yeah. It's
so
knitting up nice too.
But, yeah. So do you want to show your FO?
Yes. Oh my gosh. So we're both wearing our Tecumsehs. You knit yours a little while before I knit mine, and I was nervous after hearing what happened with yours after blocking, and the same exact thing happened to mine. So we could both. So I don't know if you can tell how far I'm backing up to show you this entire sweater. It goes almost to my knees. It's huge. And this is the extra small. Like, I tried to size down to accommodate, and
I want to look real quick and see, like, when people's actually fit them, where their second shield starts. I'm kind of curious.
Shield hits at the bust. Because I've been stalking the tag on Instagram, and the people that have the more fitted versions, literally their second shield is hitting at their bust, and that's where my first shield is hitting. Their their first shield is like a collar almost, and that's definitely not mine.
Tiny laser on Instagram. Have you seen this one?
Let me see. Yes, that one almost made me regret my decision to make the original colors.
It's like this. Wait, this isn't the original colors. Yours is the original colors?
Mine is the original, and I almost wish I had done that instead because it's so beautiful.
You don't like the same colors just mixed around, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. And then, like, this one by Curl Energy. Yeah, hers fits right at her bust, and, like, look at that.
Yeah. I saw that one in person because it was on display in one of the booths at Indie Untangled. And I started freaking out because I had just cast on, and I think I had gotten to, like, the first shield, and I was like, my gauge does not look like her gauge, but I think her gauge is tighter for that pattern.
The bottom of my second shield is at my belly button.
But, yep, same with mine. It's so big.
I'm not swatching.
Oh, my gosh. Honestly, though, I don't know, even if swatching would have helped with this, because it's just, I don't know. It's not like my sweater is see-through. I knit this on size 6s.
Yeah, well, and that's my thing, is I'm almost positive that I checked my gauge, and it was, like, spot on before I blocked it.
Because I remember you telling me that you did, and I was like, okay, we're good.
I shouldn't have blocked it.
Yeah.
Never washed it.
Oh, blocking
always been smelly if it ever got smelly.
Right?
Just...
I know. Oh.
And now it's like a sweater blanket.
Yeah.
A swanklet?
Swanklet, yeah. Start a new trend.
But,
yeah. I knit her Swancho, and it's got a similar fit to the Swancho. It's just a longer body, so I'm kind of going with that, because I love my Swancho. My Swancho fits perfectly, and I'm just going to pretend that I meant to do this. And
you like knit a belt and like cinch yours, because it is quite longer. I wonder what it would look like cinched.
I totally could, because it's honestly, it keeps. I was sending you pictures earlier. It's giving me these like 80s, 90s oversized sweater vibes where I just want to like wear it over leggings and.
Or do like booties. 3 I-cords, braid those, and then like tie the braids or something on the side.
That would be cute.
And that, yeah.
I need to try this.
I'm trying to think what color. Like, is it Sometimes the screen distorts the color. Is it like a mustard color?
Yeah, so these plus signs are the mustard, and then this is like a dark, dark, dark navy.
Yeah. That would be cute.
Yeah, I'm going to try it.
Why not? You have leftover yarn?
Yeah, I have, almost a full skein of the white. I have a little bit left of the blue, and I've got about half a skein of the mustard, because it took, like, no yarn at all, so.
It's worth it.
Yeah. You know. So are you going to tank yours or rip yours out?
No, probably not.
I mean, if nothing else.
And if anything, I could, like, always cut it and, like, just sew it and make a bag out of it.
True.
Or, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just repurpose it.
Yeah.
So,
at least for, like, the winter months, you could rock it as a house sweater. Stay super warm.
Yeah. It's so big.
I know.
I don't know. It might look cool as a bat.
Why don't you do it then?
I don't know. Okay, too much information, but my dog just farted. It's so bad.
I didn't hear it, so you're good.
It's like he's facing that, like, the right direction. It's bad.
Oh, no.
Let's move him. Let's see if he'll sit here with me.
Oh, my God. So cute. Guest starring this week.
This is Link.
Oh.
Maybe that'll be better if he just sits there, so I don't have to have that right in my face.
Yeah.
So, well, I'll start by showing off my Anker sweater. I finally finished it and was able to wear it at Rhinebeck on Sunday.
Yay!
Yay! I finished it on Saturday night at Rhinebeck.
Yes. After a margarita.
After a margarita. A caramel apple margarita, was it?
Yes.
It's a margarita. So, and it fits, like, perfectly. I think this is, like, my best fitting sweater I've ever made.
Yeah.
And the yarn is dyed by me. So, yeah. So that was really exciting.
It was so beautiful, too.
The only problem, I mean, I had to cover it up with a jacket because it was kind of cold on Sunday. So, but still, it was cute. And I've worn it like 3 times since, so.
See, that's so good. And it makes me so happy that it turned out so well, because I feel like this pattern was, like, frustrating while you were knitting through it, at least through, like, the yoke portion, because the directions were so odd. And I love that it worked out so well, because I feel like that, like, the Tecumseh was an easy pattern, and it, like, did not have the same results.
It was an easy pattern, but I still tended to mess it up, like, twice and have the off, like, stitch count or something like that.
Yeah.
But
your Anker sweater is amazing.
Thank you. Yes. I'm excited.
Yay! I know. And you dyed the yarn yourself, which makes it more special.
And I've always, like, I am constantly thinking about how I want to get the leather tags. Like, the ones that fold under the hem.
Yeah.
And then you sew them on. Because I think it polishes off the sweater so well. But I can't, like, decide if I want, like, a logo or something on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or just, like, keep it just leather. Because I have leather pieces that I could just make myself and put it on there even.
I've seen a bunch of people putting them on their knits, and they're so cute.
Yeah, it's like just makes it look so polished and, like, professional.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe I'll cut up a piece and see what it looks like and pull it on.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Do you have anything else? Any other finished objects?
So I do. I finished this hat. This is called her Beanie, and it's from Loopy Mango, and this is just one skein. It was an impulse purchase because I don't usually like bulky yarns, and I'm more of a neutrals girl, or if I'm not neutrals, I'm like blush pink. So this is like so out of the ordinary for me, but I love it so much. And this knit up in like 2 hours. It was so fast. So I knit it on 13s because I'm notorious for having loose gauge, and I thought it would look horrible if I had this super chunky hat and it was also like falling off my head loose. So I knit it on 13s, and it's perfect, and I love it, and I wore it the other day when it was cold, and it's so cute. And I might knit these as Christmas presents because literally it was like 2 hours of on and off working on it, and it was done.
What's the price point on that?
So one skein of the Loopy Mango number 5 was $28. So it's not bad because to me, I'm like, oh man, I mean, that seems like a lot of money. And then I'm like, well, I'd spend $28 on a skein of DK.
Yeah, or a pair of socks.
or a pair of socks, or you know, like a lot of things. So I think it's a good price point, and it's a fast knit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And it's just like 100% merino, like superwash merino.
Yep, and it's got I don't have the leftover ball with me, I don't think, but it's got it's plied with like a little, I don't know if it's a cotton thread or whatnot to kind of give it some more stability because it's practically roving. But it looks nice and it doesn't knit up kind of funky. I thought maybe it would look weird, but it knits up like really nice.
Yeah, it does look pretty even.
Yeah, and it's so squishy, and I'm trying to decide if I want to put a pom-pom on top or not. So, the eternal struggle, but I did order like a neon pink one just in case. So we'll see.
I think you should.
Yeah, I probably will. I put pom-poms on every hat I've knit in the last year, so. Yeah. What about you? Do you have any other finished objects?
I have one more. So this was a Rhinebeck purchase, and then I started it on the Tuesday that I got back and finished it tonight. And that's without working on it for three days, like in between that time. So it was like a week's worth of knitting. That
was like 4 days worth of knitting.
4 or 5-ish, yeah. It's called the Balloon Jacket. So it's just made with Aran weight yarn. This is in Briar Rose's, I think it's Abundance is like the name of the yarn, type of yarn. So it's Aran weight, and it's this nice, like, variegated, like, dark green. And my mom actually bought this yarn for herself, and it was like she wanted, like, an oversized cardigan. And I was thinking, oh, let's go with something, like, chunky weight yarn. I can knit it up fast, like, and she'll still love it. She doesn't care. So I made the extra small, and I'm yet still to check my gauge to see if I match the gauge.
Yeah.
But it is just like really small, or it's just, sorry, not really small. It's just an oversized sweater or cardigan, and it's just garter stitched the entire way. The sleeves are knit flat, and then you match stitch them and the shoulders together, and then you pick up the neckband. But it's like super easy, and I would say it would be like the perfect sweater or a cardigan for like someone that's never made one before, because it's like ribbing, knitting, match stitch, and that's pretty much it. Like picking up stitches, you know.
Yeah.
It's super, super easy with the help with like going on YouTube just to look up certain little things.
Right.
And so, yeah, I planned to make this for my mom, but my mom's a tiny human being. She is really, really short and just tiny. And she tried it on tonight. And I knit the extra small size. And it's too big on her.
No.
Yeah.
But.
So.
Does it fit you?
It does fit me.
So you're going to keep it?
Yes, because she was like, so are you going to rip it out? And I said, huh. So,
yeah.
So I'm going to, it does fit me. It doesn't, it fits me good, I think. And I like the way it fits. It's not oversized like it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But it does fit me. Like the arms are oversized. Yeah. But like the body is, I think it looks good. Like with a pair of jeans and just like something underneath, it looks good. And it's cute and it's easy just to throw on.
Yeah. Plus, this is one that you could block, and you know that if it grows a little bit with blocking, it's still going to be perfectly fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. So that's what we're going to do. But like looking at it, like my dog sheds and his hair is already all over it.
Oh no. Oh.
It's just a design feature, I guess. You know, it adds to it some texture.
Yeah. How much yarn did you have left over?
To be honest with you, let's see if I can move this little dog. Hold on. Yeah, I can grip it from where I'm sitting. Let's see if I get it. Alright, so this is the second. I think I'm wrapping another ball onto this. Hold on one second. Here it is. And speaking of which, this yarn was so hard to wind up.
Yeah, we were talking about that. The way they display it makes it so janky. It's crazy.
Yes, and there's like 750 yards on each of the, is it a hank? Is that what they're called? Considered a hank?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's huge in yardage. I only needed 2 of them. So I can show you, this is part of my haul. But I got yarn to make myself the same balloon jacket, and it was supposed to be in this color. Mm-hmm. So it's like a brownish gray. I think you can see the different colors.
Yeah.
So this is what it comes in. So it's just like this huge yarn baby. So I got 2 of them, and this is what was left over on hers.
That's a decent amount.
Yeah. So.
Are you gonna do like mittens or a hat or anything out of that yarn?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it yet.
Yeah.
I have so much yarn that I kind of put all my leftovers in just like a little bin, and I kind of sort them by like weight.
Yeah.
And then go back to them. So yeah, those are my 2 sweaters. So yeah, I started that and finished that in about a week. It was a super quick knit.
Yeah.
You know, the sleeves, like you showed me, like there is a way to just pick them up so I can knit them in the round.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a pain in the butt to knit them flat because it is garter stitch.
Right.
So, and the seaming is not difficult, and it's super thick yarn, so it's like
it goes
quick.
So fast, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's just kind of fun too at the same time. It's just something different, you know. You don't get to do all that often. Exactly.
It's funny that, so you were looking for that cardigan for your mom, and you found that, and then the very next day we were at Rhinebeck, and I happened across the perfect yarn to make that exact pattern, so I had to buy it. I'm like, oh, this is too perfect. So I got Spirit Trail Fiberworks was having a sale, and I got their Aran weight, and it's these 2 like 600-yard skeins, and this is like my colors right now. I cannot wait to knit the balloon jacket, and I know we talked like, oh, we have to do like a knit along because.
Yeah. So I guess I have to knit one again because I did buy this yarn for it.
Yeah.
And on top of this yarn, I also bought.
Yay!
All the
mohair.
All the mohair. So it looks like it's like a cloud of mohair.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna just, I guess we'll have to still knit it again and make myself out. I'll probably make the larger size.
Yeah.
So, do you have an idea what size you want to make?
I'm probably gonna make the smallest size and knit it with the recommended needles. And then I think for the sleeves, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick up stitches and knit the sleeve inside out so that instead of garter, it'll just be reverse stockinette, which is basically the same thing. Because I'm lazy and I hate seaming. So that's literally like, I love garter stitch, so it'll be great for the body, but just the thought of having to seam the sleeves.
It wasn't bad though.
I know. I don't know. I've only done it on a couple of sweaters and I hated it.
Yeah, and I had to rip out the ribbing on one of the sleeves too because there are some decreases before you get to the ribbing on the sleeve, and I didn't even like process it when I was reading the pattern, so I had to actually rip back. So it was like, I don't know, it was a breeze even with the seaming.
Yeah,
but we definitely have a knit along.
Yes, I agree. I think we should start it. I mean, we could start it as of today. It's November 1st, and just have it run to the end of the year.
Yeah, the unofficial knit along for the balloon jacket.
Yes.
Do we know who is the designer?
So her design company is Petite Knits. I don't remember what her name is. I think she's based out of Norway.
Yeah, so she's the same one that did my Anker jacket, right?
Yes.
Or my Anker Sweater.
Anker Sweater. She did the no frills cardigan and pullover, which is also something I want to cast on for her. I didn't realize how many sweaters she designed that I had favorited until I was looking up the balloon jacket, and I was like, oh my gosh, she did this and she did that and what? So
yeah. Her stuff, all of her things are very simple, but they're like classic pieces.
Right. I feel like this is going to be the new Caitlin Hunter for me, where I'm just going to knit one pattern and then I'm going to knit 10 more because they're so cute.
Yeah, so I think I did the extra small for my mom. Okay. And so I think I'm going to make the next one, I'll probably make the small. I was going to make the medium.
I would go with a small, based on your current gauge, and you're using the same yarn, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'd probably be too large because like I'm not like an itty bitty thing. You know how sometimes it looks good on like itty bitty people, but like when you're not itty bitty, it just kind of looks sloppy. So
yeah,
that's what I'll do. It'll only take a week. I know that much.
Yes. I know. I honestly wanted to start mine as soon as I finished the Tecumseh, but then I decided after the fact that I wanted to hold my yarn double with mohair, so then I had to order that, and I'm waiting for that to come in, so that's why I started the Ingalls Sweater, so I could do something in between.
So that's my thing. I'm like, do I want to start, like, what do I want to start next? Do I want to start the second balloon jacket, or am I going to get sick of it because I just got done with one?
Right.
Do I treat myself and knit something else? But I'm like, I don't know.
See, isn't this, it's like the post-Rhinebeck, like, crash, where you're like, okay, I just had all these projects that I wanted to knit, and now what do I do? And I have all this yarn.
I've noticed that, like, when I'm knitting something, I want to knit everything, but when I have, like, everything off the needles, I'm like, what do I knit? I get in kind of like a blank space, kind of, and, like, I can't figure out what I want to do.
And then, like, I don't know if you do this, but when I get to that point, then I stop whatever project I'm working on and don't finish it because I don't want to finish it, because when I do, that means I'm going to have nothing on the needles and I'm not going to know what to do. So at least while I haven't finished this project yet, like, I still have something to do. It's so bad.
Well, I still have my shift cowl, but I'm just, like, not in love with the colors.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I just finish it. And, like, people say how it's such a fast knit. I don't know if I'm, like, just extremely slow with, like, slip knit or slip stitches or what, but, like, it goes slow for me.
I've heard that it's actually a slower knit, because I've seen a couple people knit it on Instagram, and I've been, like, following their stories, and I just heard that you can't get in a good rhythm with it, and that makes it harder to knit.
Well, maybe I'll just finish it, and it can always be a Christmas present for someone.
True.
Here you go. I don't like the colors. You can have it.
Right? Like, I knit you something.
Like, I love the colors separate from each other.
Yeah.
And it has a skein of yarn that's kind of dear to my heart because Leah got it for me, so I can't give it as a Christmas present.
No.
So it'll be mine, and I'll just wear it.
Yes. Or you could give it to her because you know she'd appreciate it.
No, she's not getting it.
Sorry, Leah. I tried.
Do you have any more FOs, or are you?
The only other one that I don't have it with me. I finished the Batula, which I had shown a couple times before, and I have been wearing it every day. It's like my dream shawl, because I always wanted to have an oversized triangular, like, worsted weight shawl, but if you just do, like, a symmetrical, like, triangle, it doesn't sit. Like, if you move around and, like, you're turning your head, it starts to slide off and then drives me crazy. So this one, there's short row shaping on the side, so it kind of wings out, and because of that, it has extra drape, so you just put it on, and it stays put, and it's the one that you were using when it started downpouring right back in your
My hair was straightened, and I didn't want it to get curly.
I know. Save the hair.
The hair.
Oh, it worked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, that's nice. It was really nice, and the color was, like, beautiful. It was just so subtle with the different, like, variations of, like, natural color in it.
Yeah, it's typical, like, everything that I'm feeling right now is this neutral, like, cream, natural colors, so.
Yeah. Okay, so should we start with, like, a little bit of our Rhinebeck stories?
I think so.
Okay. Do you want to start? Do you want me to start? How should we go about this, do you think?
I don't even know. Well, you guys, so you got in,
we drove.
Yeah, you had the furthest drive, which is crazy how far you guys drove.
Yeah, so I left after work on Thursday, around, like, 9 at night, and we drove until about 1 in the morning, and then we got back in the car the next morning on Friday around 8 a.m. and ended up getting into, like, Kingston, and we went straight to Needles Up because I didn't have tickets to Indian Tangled. And we went straight to Needles Up, and we stopped by, and we got a few things from there, which I'll show in a minute. So it was not what I figured, what I thought. I thought there was going to be a couple more vendors.
It was tiny.
It was tiny. There was a total of 6 maybe people in the small little room.
Yeah.
Which is fine, it was fine, but I think I expected a little bit more.
I agree.
And there was great vendors though at the same time. Like, I mean, they had quality people there.
Right.
So, so we did that, and then my mom and I checked into our Airbnb while you guys had to do your shift at Indian Tangled.
Mm-hmm. So that was a lot of fun. I have to say, like, you went to Indian Tangled last year, and it, like, you know how crazy it was. Like, it was insane. And it's actually where Needles Up was this year is where Indian Tangled used to be. So it's at Best Western in Kingston. The new location is kind of out of the way, but it's so nice. And I like how they kind of split it up into shifts. And, like, yeah, you have to pay to get in now, but I paid, like, well, I didn't pay anything because I decided to volunteer, but my mom's ticket was, like, $5, and it's worth it.
It's worth it.
Yeah, it's so worth it.
Totally worth it. So once you guys got done with your volunteering, basically we went back I drove back to Melanie's Airbnb, which was like 2 minutes from the Rhinebeck Fairgrounds, and we just hung out and caught up, and we didn't knit. We just ate dinner and just chatted.
Chatted, looked at yarn, like, oh my gosh. That, to me, was probably my favorite night, just because, like, we have never gotten to spend that amount of time together, like, in person. Yeah. So it was so great to be able to just, like, sit there and talk about everything and show everything and just catch up.
Yeah, because there's never enough time. That's the thing. Right. Like, we talk to each other daily, but, like, when you're together with someone and you're able just to, like, share things and whatnot, like, it's totally different.
Yeah, it really is. And it's like, it was so great, and I'm so sad that you don't live closer, and we don't, like, have these events more often, because it was just honestly the best weekend. Like, I had so much fun.
Yeah. So then, I ended up staying until, like, midnight. Yeah. So it was, like, a really long day of, like, driving till 3 and going to the Airbnb, driving from my Airbnb that was, like a half hour away. Mm-hmm. And then I had to drive back in the middle of the night through, like, the mountains and, like...
over the bridge.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Like, when you're not used to, like, your surrounding area.
Yeah.
So then, the next day, I'm not a morning person, so I took my time getting up, and I got to the fairgrounds around, like, 11. Mm-hmm. In time for the stitch marker swap and the project bag swap.
Which was the greatest hit, by the way. Like, so glad you did that this year.
Yeah, so that was fun. And I have a few of my stitch markers, not my stitch markers, but some of the ones we got just to show off a little bit. I'll just randomly grab a few. So this person, that MN Yarn Girl, she made progress keepers. And these are kind of cool. Like how, like, they're, like, long and dangly. Like, these are more like jewelry looking. So I thought that was pretty cool.
They're beautiful.
One of my, I bet you I can't, like, there's a few that were really cool. So Mommy Knitter made these cute little mushroom stitch markers.
Yes.
So cute.
So sweet too. Like, I love whenever she goes to the swaps.
And, like, I'm telling you, like, we have so many stitch markers now and progress keepers. Like, I can't even grab all of them. There are so many of them.
It's crazy.
And, like, each one's different and it's so cute. They just all have their own little, like, design. Like, this one has, like, a little, might be a bee or just a bug.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think people did so well this year. Like, so many, like, quality stitch markers.
I definitely feel like people stepped it up. I know, like, my absolute favorite, I think, from this year, yes, that was incredible. Like,
look how many she made.
And she, like, hand wove them onto the back of that card, which she stamped. I mean, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, and you got, like, those colors are so good for you. It's crazy. I got mauve, like, it was, like, mauve and blush and, like, all these, like, light colors, which just matched everything that I bought. I loved that one. And then I loved the hand-drawn skein of yarn. This lady,
like,
unbelievable. We were all looking at it like, what the hell? This is amazing.
I don't know if I have enough time to look for it and find it. But that was really, oh, here it is. It's just on a light bulb, like, safety pin, but, like, she shrinky dinked it, and it is seriously so cute.
And she did different colors for everybody, which I think is so amazing. Yeah,
that is so cool. So, like, I'm just, like, in awe of everyone's. Like, seriously, like, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
And then a bonus is that, like, we all stand in our circle, and we pass the bags around of just our empty, like, project bags that we bring. Oh, here's a pineapple. I haven't seen that one.
Oh, that's cute.
And so we pass our project bags around, and then we just drop a stitch marker into each bag. And we just love even looking at everyone's, like, project bags.
There were some really, really cute ones.
Like, there was one with, like, manatees on it, and I, like, fell in love with one with manatees.
I love that one that, like, snapped in the middle, that kind of had, like, the snapping ruler, and I was like, oh my god, this is so crazy. That's so cool.
So that was fun. And then it's just a way to connect with people, too, because, like, everyone puts, like, their Ravelry name, or their Instagram name, just so we can find them.
I like, too, the people that put where they came from. Like, we had a woman who she went to Rhinebeck all the way from Switzerland, and her stitch markers were so adorable. She put a piece of Swiss chocolate and then a Swiss flag. Like, how amazing is that?
So cool.
Like, she went all out, and I just think it's so fun. And I know a lot of people also got, like, charms that are their state. I saw a couple of New York charms, which was really cute, too, to kind of honor the festival and everything. And it's just, every year it gets better. This year, we did it both days, and we had almost 100 people participate. And,
yeah.
I mean, we had 100 people sign up, and then, of course, there's always, like, last-minute things. But we got so many stitch markers.
Yeah, it's, like, so cool. And and this one, look at this one. This is by Joyce McShay. And it's a little sheet with, like, little yarn balls.
Oh, my gosh, I love that.
That's so cute.
I know.
I mean, there's just so many now. Like, I can't get over how many I have.
It makes knitting after Rhinebeck so much more fun. So fun.
Yeah, so that was fun. And then after that, like directly after that, we had the project bag swaps, and I was like really like blown away by everyone and their project bags too that they made.
It was unbelievable.
Oh, you're always kind of iffy, you know. Some people are going to be better than other people at sewing. Some people just like knitting. Like some people have been doing it longer, and you know, like our whole thing is this: we wanted to make this so like people could meet other people and just like have fun and just have a time to get together with people. You know, it's not even at that certain day though either. It's like on our forum on Ravelry, just like people chatting the entire time, like seeing where other people were from or commenting on their bags or their stitch markers, and like it's just like just building a community. So the project bag swap though went really well. I think everyone did a great job with their bags. And I think everyone was, like, happy as well with what they got. So that's, like, really a good feeling as well. So my bag that I got, and the thing is that, like, the way I did it is that you didn't know what you were getting. You were just picking a bag that was closed that in the inside, you had no idea what bag was in it. So the bag I ended up getting was just, like, a wedge bag with cute little sheep fabric.
So adorable.
And on the inside, I think she did. She used 2 different pink shades of pink fabric.
Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh.
He actually has a shop, and it's called January Designs Co. So it's on Etsy. So I don't know if anyone would be interested to look at that. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
It's you can always pause it. Oh, here's this side too.
Perfect.
So January Design Company, and she's on Etsy, and it's hand sewn knitting project bags, and it's a great size. Like this is a really nice size for like anything from Shaw's or like a 3, maybe even 4 skein project.
Yeah.
So that was like a lot of fun, and it was so cute. And then my bag that I got on Sunday, and I've never used this kind of bag before for knitting. There's a name to it. I don't remember what kind of name. Is it a knot bag or a...
I don't know what the official name is. I know that Bank Waffle is known for doing that style of bag, and I love it. Like, it's so unique, but so fun.
So, yeah, and it's, like, perfect, I feel like, for, like, traveling, too. Like,
yeah.
Because then you can knit and hold it like this.
It's a good sock project bag, for sure.
Mm-hmm. And then it's reversible, too. And this fabric is so cute. There's, like, cats and dogs and penguins and...
They're so
with
happy.
little like sweaters and stuff with pants on, so it's just adorable. And then it's a reversible, and I know this is the cotton and steel print, so either side is so cute.
Oh, I didn't even see the inside on that one.
Yeah, so it's a cotton and steel fabric, and it's so cute.
Love it.
Yeah, so it was so much fun.
You know, I ended up giving away the one that I got on Saturday. I gave it to my mom because she attended Rhinebeck with us, and it was her first year, and she didn't participate in the project bag swap, so she liked my bag, so I gave it to her, and it was this really cute wedge bag, and it was black, and it had pink balls of yarn on it and everything, and she was so happy. Yeah. But Sunday, oh my god, Sunday, I swear, like, it was like fate. This person made the most amazing bag, and it's like made for me, I swear. Like, the colors, everything, so cute. And she, like, it's got all these pockets and everything on the inside, and then she stuffed it, like, I got yarn, I got chocolates, and I actually put a couple bags of this pumpkin spice chai tea in my bag that I swapped, and then she put the same tea in this bag. It was just so funny. And we ended up swapping without realizing it. Like, she got my bag and I got hers, and we're like, oh my god, you put chocolates. Oh my god, you put this. Oh my god, you put that. Like, it was perfect.
And I'm pretty sure the girl that I swapped with got my bag. And she said her, like, mom made this or something, but she couldn't tell. But, like, ended up swapping, though. And I thought that was so crazy that both you and I could, that happened to us.
Oh my goodness. I know, it was just so crazy to see what people put in the bags, too. Because not only were the bags amazing, but I know one girl on Sunday got a yarn bowl. Like, her bag came in a box, and the bag itself was, like, then inside of a yarn bowl. And I was like, oh my god, this is crazy.
Yeah, that was so cool. Like, and you had no idea what was in it, you know? Yeah. Like, you had no idea that's what it was. Yeah. So, I thought that was so cool. And then the cellophane or saran wrap ball game, I think, went off pretty well. Like, everyone got at least a few little gifts, and I think they were pretty excited. So that was, like, pretty much all I was going for. So
that was such a good idea to have people knit 10 stitches with the super bulky needles, because it made it even more fun. It's like, you could time it, but we're at a knitting, like, a fiber event, so that was such a good idea.
Yeah, so that went off really well. So Saturday, after we did all that, we just walked around and shopped and shopped and shopped.
It was a very successful shopping weekend.
And then there we went back to your Airbnb, pretty much crashed and just hung out and, like, recovered.
I know.
And then we went out to eat.
Oh, at my favorite restaurant ever, Armadillo's. It is, like, I feel like nobody knows about it yet because it's never that busy. Like, it's always busy, but it's not, like, overwhelmingly so. And we had to wait, like, 5 minutes. I mean, it wasn't that long. And we actually sat outside with those little tea lamps. It was, like, perfect. Yeah. And we got to sit outside and knit, which is, like, my favorite thing. And, I love it. And, I mean, we went to that restaurant last year when it was you and Leah. So, and I've been going to that restaurant since Rhinebeck 2014. So, like, it's been, like, a tradition of mine. Like, I live close enough that I could go there to eat if I wanted, and I just only go for Rhinebeck. It's so good. Yeah. It's so good. And then, so from there, like, it was 9 o'clock, I think, when we got done eating. Yeah. And my mom was just, like, pooped. She was so tired. Mm-hmm. She doesn't knit, and she just, like, it's just a long day. And I was like, I am not done yet. We are here for the weekend. I said, we're going back to Melanie's, and I'm hanging out longer. So we forced ourselves back to your Airbnb, and I made my mom go. Because the way it would have happened, it was I would have had to drive another 20 minutes to drop her off and another 30 to get back to you. And I was like,
I said, you're coming with me.
Yes.
We're going back. So we stayed till like midnight, just hung out, and that's when I finished my sweater. And then we went back, and then the next day we met up again on Sunday and did the swapping again. And then just did some more shopping.
Yeah. Sunday is like so bittersweet. Like, I don't know if you felt that way, but I'm walking through and I'm like, okay, 1, I have to buy everything because it's the last day, and 2, I'm really bummed because like every minute is 1 minute closer to it ending, and it's so sad. It goes too fast.
And I mean, like, if you're really looking at each booth, there's like 2 days I feel like is not long enough. Mm-hmm. Because like Saturday I did not get to see everything.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't go, I mean, yeah, but then again, I didn't get there until, like, 11 o'clock, in the morning.
Still, but I mean, like, I was there at 9 o'clock each day, and I didn't get to everything I wanted to see, and it's just impossible.
Yeah. So then after that, you guys went home.
Yeah. We had
we were there until closed. I mean, they closed at 4 or 5?
5,
4, I think.
It used to be 4, and they changed it to 5.
Okay. So, yeah, we were there up until close, and, yeah.
I know.
It's sad.
I know. But the good thing is, there's so many other fiber festivals that we can go to throughout the year, and I feel like they're growing in popularity. Like, I used to just go to Stitches Midwest, and that was, like, the only thing I went to, and now, like, Rhinebeck's my main thing, but there's a lot of shows in the area. Like, New England Fiber Festival's coming up, I think, this weekend or next weekend. And that's, like, an hour away from me, and it's pretty big. And I know we're talking about Vogue Knitting New York City.
Yeah, hopefully we can make that happen.
Oh, fingers crossed.
I have it all planned out, like, what I want to do, and...
Oh, do it. Girl, I have unlimited PTO at this job, so I will take the time off. We will do everything. It will be amazing.
Yeah. So we're gonna let's try to make that happen, I think.
Yeah.
And then so I guess I could tell my little spiel about driving home.
Oh yes. Your side trip.
Yeah. So Monday morning we got in the car. We were in the car by 8 in the morning to drive back, and I think our GPS said we would get in around 6. Mm-hmm. I don't know, around there. He's like, that's good, So I set the GPS, and Mom had her shift, and I went to sleep. And I woke up 2 hours later, and I said, Mom, like, are you still going north? And she said, yes. And I said, uh-oh. So I looked at the GPS, and sure enough, when you plug in your address into the GPS, it's going to give you the fastest route possible. Mm-hmm. So the fastest route possible for us to get back home is through Canada, and then through Detroit, and then we go up. Mm-hmm. Well, neither one of us had our passport. So at this point, we're like 2 hours out of our way. We'd have to drive back south to go back west. And so I was like, we're only an hour, a couple hours from Niagara Falls. I said, let's just go check it out. So we ended up doing that. And I'd never been there before, and it was fun. It was pretty, it was cold and windy. Something, I can say I've done. And then we didn't end up getting home until like 9:30 that night.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah.
At least you got to make a little trip out of it, though.
Yes. So it was fun. Yeah. It was a good time. I just put on a podcast. We listened to My Favorite Murder. So.
Yes. It's a good road trip podcast.
I either listen to that or Dak Shepard's The Armchair Expert. One of the two. So.
I've been binge listening to My Favorite Murder, actually, and I'm like, I want to say like episode 110, so I'm almost caught up, and then I'm like, I don't know what to do after this, because that's been my go-to.
So you go in, like, order. Me, I jump from, like, one to another to another to another. Like, if I don't see that I've, like, watched it, I just, like, randomly go like this, then pick one.
See, I like that. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Because you don't really need to listen to those in order, but... Yeah, I'll just get to a point where I've listened to so many of them that it'll be, like, hard to figure out, what ones haven't I not listened to.
I've been skipping the mini episodes that they do and just doing the full episodes, and I think I'm going to go back and listen to the mini ones, and then I'll have to find something else. I
enjoy the mini ones better.
I like those because they're short and sweet, and they don't have as much, like, chit-chat at the beginning.
Yes, because I feel like they do chit-chat a whole lot, and I'm like, okay, let's get this show on the road.
Yeah.
So, and then I like it, too, because it's, like, fan-based, where, like, they send in their letters, and they read them, and they do so well at telling stories, so it's, like, it's fun to, like, listen to them.
Yeah. I think that's what I like the most, because I will watch Forensic Files, and it's so good, but, like, the way that they tell a story versus how it's shown on Forensic Files is so different, and I love it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's so interesting.
It's kind of creepy at the same time. Like, I don't know. Last night it was, like, dark, and when I was driving home from work, and I'm listening to them, and I'm like, what if there's, like, someone in the back seat or something like that? Like, I get it in, like, my mind. Like, that's why I'm not watching, like, scary movies.
Oh, I hate scary movies, and I am also, like, terrified that someone's gonna just jump out of the backseat of my car. And I drove to work 2 weeks ago. I pull into, like, the parking garage, and I park at a garage, like, off-site and then walk to my building. It's, like, a 5-minute walk. And I was parking in the basement, and I look in my rearview mirror, and there's what looks like somebody sitting in the car parked behind me wearing the Scream mask.
Oh, my gosh.
And I, like, had a heart attack until I realized that it was somebody who thought it would be funny to put the mask on, like, the headrest in their car, and the car had, like, all black seats and everything. It was terrifying.
That sounds like my boyfriend. He has this, like, creepy hooded, like, creature, and it's just, like, it's, like, the face, like, the mask, but you don't wear it. It's a face, it has, like, I think it has hands, and then it has, like, a hood over it, and he puts it on his back window of his car, so it looks like someone's peering out the back of the car. And it's hilarious because then you'll be looking in your rearview mirror, and the people will be getting up really close behind you to see what's going on in your car. Or they'll be, like, flashing their bright lights, and it's, like...
Oh...
I'm like, oh my gosh, like, you know, like, take out of it.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
So, I'm going to go over a little bit more what I got at Rhinebeck.
Okay.
I'll start by, like, my Needles Up purchase, because my other purchase, oh no, it's in here. So I got this bag from the Fat Squirrel.
Yay!
So many cute ones. I had a hard time deciding what one I wanted, and I think in the end it's this, like, ochre color that won my heart, and I think that's why I got this one.
Yeah. It's
and then I also got this Tuft Woolens, the Vanilla Almond, which this one's not very, like, a super strong scent, but it is it smells really well. And I've been just keeping it in my bag because, honestly, it makes your knitting smell so well. Yeah. Or so good.
Yeah.
It smells so well. Like, my sweater that I've been knitting smells like this now. And I haven't even washed it, so that's nice. So that was my Needles Up purchase. Did you get anything at Needles Up?
I did. I got a bag from Fat Squirrel as well, because this is, like, if you're going to put me on fabric, this would be me. So I got that. I got, I don't know if I have it with me, actually. I think I do. I got another skein of yarn from Needles Up, and I can't, oh, here it is. I bought a lot of yarn. So I bought this, it's Fiber Nymph Dye Works, and it's called Mountain House Winter, and it just was, like, super retro, like, 70s blanket stripes. Like, it was so cute, so I bought it. I figured I don't need more sock yarn, but yeah, it's fingering.
Fingering weight?
Yeah. So those are my two purchases. Oh, and I got a roller scent from Tuft Woolens, and they're plum and amber, I want to say. And it, oh my god, it smells so good. I've been using it every day, so it's in my car.
Their scents are so good.
Yeah. I need to place an order for more.
And then Saturday I bought a whole bunch of stuff, but it's just going to kind of combine all into one. The rest of my haul will kind of go back and forth between the both of us.
Yeah.
So I ended up, you ended up getting, you can go to, let's do Needles Up, because you got to go to Needles Up. Share what you got from Needles Up.
From Indian Angle, I got
Tangled, sorry.
That's good. So I got a skein. I'm just gonna put this here. I got a skein of this like very me color. It's like a cream with just these little pops of like different shades. And this was from Viola. And I'd never heard of this yarn company before. And I'm like kicking myself that I hadn't, because I probably would have dropped like my entire budget at their booth. But I was just so overwhelmed with how beautiful the colors were that I just bought one skein. It's so pretty. I think they're based out of Canada, and they just released a book series or a book called Knits About Winter, which has been blowing up on Instagram. So I probably will end up getting that. But
I love that.
Oh, it's so pretty. I also got the Farmer's Daughter yarn that I talked about earlier. And then, let me see. I bought one skein, which I was trying not to do, buy these like one-off skeins of sock yarn, but this was also so pretty and so me. And it's from Lavender Loon. But like
it's Lavender Loon. That's my favorite. Like favorite.
So stunning.
Her band is even cute. Like her logo, it's just like so. I love it.
So the Tecumseh that you showed earlier, that was red with like the white and gold, that was hers that she knit, and so she was wearing that on Saturday, and that's why I saw it, and I went into the booth, and her yarn was stunning. Like she had these super saturated colors, and then the space is very similar to like the Twisted from Nomadic Yarns, which is like my favorite sock base ever. So I had to get it, and I think this will end up going into a shawl because it's too pretty to just knit socks out of.
Yeah, it's so pretty. Or like a fluid hat, or just like, you know what I mean? Like something where that's the piece that you see. Exactly.
Something that needs to be shown off. And then, the very last thing I got was, I bought a couple of pins. So I went to the Shelly Can booth, and I got this Rhinebeck pin. I got a Progress Keeper from her, but I have it on a project right now. And then I got, these are the Canon hand dyes. So this one, it says Hella Heige, which I just think is so adorable. And then this one is Nevertheless She Knitted, which I think is so cute. And then last but not least, I stopped by Katrina's Trinkles, I want to say it is. I'm not sure. But she had Rhinebeck stitch markers that she did. So there are a bunch of sweaters, and they say like New York sheep and wool. And you were talking earlier about the leather tags for your hats. So she had little like wooden pieces that you could sew on, and it just says like 2018 Rhinebeck sweater, and I thought that was so cool.
It's cool.
So I bought a couple. They were only like $1.50. They're very inexpensive, so I don't know if I'll sell them on or if I'll just keep them, but they're so cute.
So they are so cute.
Friday.
Like, where would you sew those on? Like the hem, or would you put it on like the ribbing of like a cuff of your sweater?
I would probably put it like right above the ribbing on a hem on a sweater. Like maybe like down, if this was like sitting at a normal height, like somewhere around here. Okay. But I'm not sure. I want to stalk Instagram and see where other people are like sewing theirs on.
That's my question. So do you put it on the sweater that you wore to Rhinebeck this year, or do you put it on the yarn that you got this year at Rhinebeck?
I would put it on the sweater that I knit this year for Rhinebeck. So that way, like, when I pull it out, like, I can be like, oh, that's my 2018 sweater. And, yeah. I don't know. It's cute.
Yeah. So, so you got me the Shelly Can bear holding all of the cute little skeins of yarn and all the colors that I love.
Yes.
So I just waited to put them on, until I got the locking backs for the pins, because I've lost so many of my enamel pins, and like, I can't, no. So I waited to put them on. So I got these pins from, or the backs from Etsy, and it was like a 40 pack for like $12.
Oh, it's not bad.
So they are like, if I yank, they're not coming off. So it's like worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you spend like $12 on these little things that like are easily, like, can be tugged off. So the pins that I got, let's see if I can show you.
Yes.
So I got this one from the Knitting Garage.
Oh, I saw that at Shelly Cann's booth and I almost bought it.
So it's a yarn ball, but it's like a snitch at the same time. I got this actually in Disneyland.
Oh,
It's the Small World one.
I love it.
Let's see, that's the one you got me.
Yes.
The Fair, Shelly Can, and then Bijou. Was that what it's called?
Yeah, Bijou Basin.
Yup. And then as well as this one. So those are all my pins that I got this year, and they go like I love them. You know, now that I know they're not going anywhere. So
Yeah,
and then
so
the way they look on the back too, like even if the yarn gets caught around them.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Like little top hats, but like they're really like I tell everyone to get them.
Yeah, I need to place an order tonight.
Yeah. And I'm sure they probably have them, like you said, did you get them on Amazon? I'm sure they probably have them at Amazon, and that's probably free shipping, and
Yeah,
if you have Prime, so that's something to check out.
definitely.
And then I always stop at Primrose every year, so I feel like every year as well, like I have a color that I'm drawn to.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this year, like if I could choose a color, it wouldn't be a color, but so much a theme, and kind of like a grungy theme would be my what I would do. So I got 4 skeins from her. I got this green, almost like a green apple. It's called Maple Leaf.
Uh-huh.
And these are all on her sport base. So that's Maple Leaf, and there's actually like little red speckles in there that I didn't notice before. This one is Crime of Passion. So it's like a taupey brown, and there's like speckles of black and red and orange in it.
I love that.
Let's lose my band. This is called Glacier. It's just like a blue, variegated blue, light blue. And my favorite, Bramble. I think it's Bramble. I think that's an M.
Uh-huh.
This is like rusty, like a rust color and browns, and it has that blue with some speckles. So I didn't have a certain pattern in mind, but they go so well together. So I'm thinking of like a brioche shawl.
Yeah.
And there's a few of them. There's one by the Stephen West that he just came out with that I don't remember the name of.
Mm-hmm.
But I will probably pair and do like these two together and these two together, and like switch back and forth between these two and these two.
Mm-hmm. I think it's they're so beautiful. Those colors are perfect.
Yeah, and I just think it's a good color to wear too.
Yeah.
So, all right, so that's one of my things. Do you have more to show? And I think we can kind of just go back and forth.
Yes. So I bought the very first thing I bought at Rhinebeck was this skein of yarn from White Birch Fiber Arts. And it's like very different from everything else that I bought this year, but I've wanted to get this color for like a year and a half now. So it's named after Hamilton the musical, and I'm such a big fan. And so I was like, okay, I have to get this and just knit socks. Her yarn is so thin. Like, I don't know if you can see, but it just seems like it's very thin for fingering weight. It's pretty, but I don't know. I have knit socks with her base like years ago, and I feel like it was a lot thicker back then, so I don't know if she changed bases, but we'll see. I'll knit them on zeros, and it'll be fine.
She in like the like house type barn? I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, it was the one that had 2 floors.
Okay, so yeah, when we went in there, it was just like too busy. Like I couldn't get in there.
Yeah.
So I know to look at her stuff, unfortunately.
I wanted to go there first just because I tried last year in the Untangled to get this yarn, and she didn't have the color, and then it's impossible. Like, I don't think she's been stocking online anymore, so it's like just absolutely impossible to try to get this. So I'm like, I have to do this, or else I'm gonna have to wait like another year because she doesn't go anywhere else that I'm at. So yeah, it's nice. I like her colors, but this one was like one that I had to get. Everything else, I feel like other dyers that do self-striping do some variation of it. So this one was unique though. And then I got, let me see. I don't think I bought that much the first day, actually. I know the first day I was overwhelmed just looking at everything. I ended up getting, okay, this is what I did get. I got 2 things from Jenny the Potter. So I got this mug, which is like a pint glass, and then I got another sheepy mug, which is over in the kitchen. And I didn't think I was going to get anything because it's always impossible, and I was not going to run to her booth first thing in the morning. And I gave it like an hour and a half, and she still had stuff there, and I like wanted this birch print for years, like since she released it. And yeah, so I got lucky, got that, and I feel like I didn't buy anything else. I might have bought soap. Like, I didn't buy anything the first day.
Yeah.
So.
No. I think I got this on Saturday. We stopped at a wool, and I got yarn for a colorwork sweater. The OA, I want to say. It's just OA.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh, what else could I make with this? So, who knows if that's what it actually will turn out. So, I got the yarn for that. But I feel like I got so much yarn that, like, it could be for, I don't know.
A lot of things.
Yeah. So
you have to tell the story about how you ended up with that purple.
Okay. So these are the 2 colors that I chose for it, first of all. The purple is called Pearly Muscle, and the creamish gray is called Barn Owl. And then just the outline, they have like an outline around the hood and just like a border, and on the bottom of the hem, I got this color, which is called Slate. So basically, I fell in love with this color, and I needed, I think, 4 skeins of it. And I was standing there, like, digging through, like, the little cubes that she has. And this lady goes, oh, my gosh, what color is that? And I was like, and I told her it's Pearly Muscle and it's sport weight. And by this time, it was Saturday, and their stock was already pretty much, like, bare,
yeah.
I feel like. And I told her Pearly Muscle, so she went to one of the girls that worked there, and she asked the girl, do you have any more of this? And at the same time, like, we're digging through the little cubes to find out. I just needed, like, 1 or 2 more. Mm-hmm. And we're digging and digging. And so the lady, the helper, goes in the back and picks them out and takes them to the lady. And she gives them to him. And I was like, oh, I'll just ask the helper to, like, I was bad to call her the helper. No. Like, just, I don't know.
The shop assistant.
I just need to be, like, think about it.
Yeah.
But, so I asked her, I said, do you have any more of the Pearly Muscle left in sport? And she goes, no, I just gave that lady the last of them.
I know. And you were just trying to do a good thing.
And I was like, why did I tell the lady what color this was?
Yeah.
And I was, like, so sad because, like, they were so limited on the colors that they had.
Yeah.
They had a lot of, like, turquoise and blues. And, like, I was just not feeling them. Like, I wanted this color.
Yeah.
And, like, I could have ordered them online, I'm sure. Like, I could have done that way. But I drove all the way from Michigan to come to this, I was like, I want it now.
Exactly.
And so I was just, like, so upset. And so you kept looking, and by golly, you found another skein. And then I think she ended up putting 1 back. And so I just had enough.
Yeah. It was meant to be.
Like, but I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I almost, like, I was just trying, like, any other color combinations, but, like, I had my mind set on this color.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
It was one of those, like, we tried other color combinations, and it just wasn't, like, you weren't feeling it. And that's the thing, is you have to, and when you have your heart set on that one color, it's so hard to change your mind and be like, no, I guess I'll go with this. And
yeah. So it ended up working out, and I have all these colors now, and I'm super happy. And I just have to figure out, like, if that's what I want to make.
Yeah.
So that was Saturday. I think that's what I got for Saturday. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much all my yarn that I got, considering I already showed you Briar Rose. I got that on Sunday. Mm-hmm. And the mohair. So I feel like that I didn't get that much yarn, but I guess I mean, did I?
You got not as much yarn for projects, but skein. Wow, I can't even talk. Skein. I was going for skein and quantity at the same time. So quantity-wise, you got a lot, but project-wise, not so much.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, I feel like I was at the same, like, I bought this yarn, which we talked about. I did buy, like, another sweaters quantity from Sawkill, but I just bought 3 skeins because the yardage was a lot. And I just, like, I have projects in mind, and I didn't want to buy these random skeins that would just sit in my stash and not do anything for a while. Because I just felt like my stash is so big at this point, I'd rather buy with, like, a purpose than, like, things that catch my eye or whatever. And I'm happy, like, I bought a lot of skeins, but I have, like, 3 sweaters, and then that's going to eat up, like, most of the yarn that I bought, so.
Yeah, I'm actually, like, pretty excited that, like, I've already made 1 sweater from the time I got home. Because, like, you know, like, you're trying to not get rid of, because that sounds, like, almost bad when you say that, but, like, go through your stash and knit your stash versus buying for each project.
Right.
And, like, I feel like, you know, it's, like, almost like a little weight has lifted off. Like, ooh, like, okay, and so now I can go to the next one and, like, get that off. And then, you know, kind of, it's like a game almost for me. Like, how much can I knit of my own personal stash right now?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if nothing else, like, it justifies continuing to go to Rhinebeck and, like, other fiber festivals because you're using what you get, and it's not just, like, you're buying it on an impulse and then it just sits there, and that's the best part.
Yeah, so then, on the way down there, I actually brought my scale because I was weighing out stuff for the game, and, my scale ended up breaking somehow. I don't know. It wasn't turning on. It wasn't working. I think it's because I left it in my car overnight and it got too cold, maybe.
Yeah.
I have no clue. So, I ended up going to a gas station when we were filling up and throwing it away, and some random man ended up taking it for my mom as she was about to toss it.
Yeah.
And he kept it. So I was like, he had no idea what it was. He was just like, oh, okay. So he, like, just kept it. My mom was like, okay, have fun. Like,
right.
Yeah, so I ended up going on Amazon when I got home. So this is just, like, kind of other acquisitions that I got since I've been home.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been buying so much stuff. I don't know what's going on with me. Like, I'm getting so many packages that I was like, what is this today? Like, I have no idea what I've been getting. So I'm pulling it from here on out. So I ended up getting this on Amazon. It's just, like, this super tiny scale. So,
oh, it's so cute.
Yeah, so it'll be perfect. And I think, like, you know, like, cakes of yarn will be able to sit on it and stuff like that. So I'm not worried about, like, the size. I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
And it's good for, like, sitting in my, like, project bags, too. Another thing I should talk about, I've lost my phone, but I need to find my phone. So there was a vendor there, and she had the cutest backpack that I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yes.
And I became obsessed, and I was like, I made you guys go back and look at it. I went past her booth, like, several times. And the last time I went past, and she was like, oh my God, I've seen your hat so many times. And it's like, I told her, and so I was like, it's because I'm stocking that backpack that you have hanging up there. Like, I loved it that much, but I just couldn't justify spending the amount that she was charging for it, which it was beautiful. And if I guess, had a need for a backpack.
Yeah.
And I'm still taking college courses and that stuff, but, like, I just couldn't justify the price versus, you know, it's one of those things, like, I can make it. And yeah, so I will show the backpack because I found it online because I loved it that much. And they made theirs from recycled, like a recycled blanket, wool blanket. So if you check her out, I think the name of their company is called Crispina.
Uh-huh.
Yep, it's Crispina. And it's like, their stuff is definitely worth, like, checking out. It's a lot of, like, recycled kind of crafts too. They make rugs. So when we were little, you know, the little rug hooks that we had with the, like, holders. Yeah. Well, take it on, like, out of t-shirts, like recycled t-shirts. They make loops out of them, and then they make like rugs out of them. So it's like super oversized, looks like pot holder rugs, which are like, it was so cool.
Yeah.
And they were selling those too, but so I fell in love with that. And so, I decided, you know what, I can sew, I can figure this out. A lot of the vendors were selling like wool pieces, like fabric.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up buying, let's see if I can find it real quick for you. I ended up buying fabric, wool fabric, to make. Where did it go? So here's a picture of it, because I cut into the fabric and I started cutting all my pieces. So you can't really tell because the color's a little skewed, but like this is all the fabric that I bought for it. And I have enough to make 2 to 3 backpacks, I do believe. And then I am going to make the making backpack that was in, well, the Making magazine. Rachel from Hey Sister made the Making backpack, and I screenshotted hers just so that like you can see what it looked like.
Oh, it's
so it's very
cute.
similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have the like the zipper up top, but it has like that like sliding pocket.
Yeah.
So that was cute. And then so I'm just gonna make like that backpack.
Rubens is chopping it. She says hi.
So yeah, so I'm gonna make that instead. I'm like super excited about that. So yeah, I just have to find time to make it. I guess that's what I'm like down to. And I bought the kits. So it's a noodle head pattern. It's like the girl that made it up, and she actually like kits up like the pieces. So like
convenient.
for the back. So it's like the zippers and like all the metal pieces. So I bought 2 of those so I can make 2 of the backpacks.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm talking a lot. I'm sorry. I apologize. Sorry.
No, it's good because there's like a whole story behind this backpack, so it makes me excited.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad.
And I just did it. And I'm like not the world's best sewer, but like I can figure stuff out if I really want to.
Yes.
And then when I got home, I saw that she's inked India. No, I can't say it. Inked
Indigo? Yeah.
Okay. Her sister podcast. She posted something about these pom-poms, and I like always want a pom-pom, but I want a real fur pom-pom because I'm like that type of person. But then I want a real fur one at the same time because it's like sad. So she posted these, that she got these, and I was like, oh, they look real. So I went to the person's page that she posted, and like they are so fluffy and so perfect for being like fake fur.
Yeah, the blue one is so adorable.
Yeah, it's so cute. And the gray, and like the black one's actually huge.
Yeah.
And so Jessica on Instagram, Jess GAS Yarn Cafe .etsy.com. So there's her card.
Okay.
And like I bought all 3 of these, and I spent with shipping $20.66.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Not at all, considering like the real ones are like $50.
Yeah.
So save the animals,
get
the fake stuff, and save the money.
You have like the perfect like poof bouquet right there. Like you're holding it like, oh, it's so cute.
Nice. And it's just I need to knit all the hats now to put them on.
Yes.
So I do have one more thing to show, and then I promise I'll be quiet.
Ooh.
And if you are in the Home Fun House Harry Potter club, look, I've got pom-pom here in my mouth. This would be the time to look away, because this is my monthly club. So look away. And I am a Harry Potter fan. I guess I'm just like not like obsessive about it.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I love Harry Potter. I just don't know every single thing.
Yeah.
All the movies, all the books. My mind's not there apparently.
Uh-huh.
So explain to me what, I know what a mandrake is.
Uh-huh.
What is a mandragora?
That's I think the Latin term for a mandrake. Because in the movie, she's like, it's mandrake or mandragora. So it's either a mandrake is male, a mandragora is female, or it's the Latin term for it. It's one or the other.
Okay. And see, so this is the yarn, and that's what it's called.
Uh-huh.
So, and this is the first time I've ever had anything from her.
What did you think of her sock base?
I didn't know what to expect. The base is really nice. I like the base.
Okay.
It kind of reminds me of, so it's a 75-25, obviously superwash merino and nylon. Mm-hmm. It reminds me of, what does it remind me of? I can't tell you off the top of my head what it reminds me of.
I think I have a skein. I don't know if it's in that same sock base or not, but I think hers reminded me of Nomadic as well, but yours looks more similar to...
Not Nomadic.
I'm trying to think.
It's more of like a... I want to say like, not Cascade. What's similar to like Cascade sock yarn? Maybe it is Cascade sock yarn.
I know what you mean, where it's like very, like the plies are very thin, but it's spun together to make like a very well-rounded, durable kind of yarn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is very speckled. There's like pops of green, purple, there's some blue. So it's pretty. It's just not some color that I would choose, if it was on like at the store. But that's what you know what I mean? That's what you get when you're getting on a club. It's a surprise.
Right, yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not going to get rid of it. It's mine. It'll probably end up being like a gift or another pair of socks for my boyfriend.
Yeah.
Side note, he hasn't lost this one pair of socks that I knit him yet.
Good.
Hey.
So he earned himself another pair.
And he wears them like every day.
Yeah.
He says they're so comfortable. So maybe these will be another pair of socks for him. And then I also did the charm with it. And the charm is so stinking cute. And it's in a really cute box. So packaging is like, I love packaging, a good packaging.
Yeah.
So it's the Sucra miniatures. And look how cute that little thing is.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I love that. That to me would be so worth it. It has
like a little hole like a normal little planter would have in the bottom.
That's so
cute. But
it's
like, it has a little leaf on its head. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's so cute. Yeah, she did a really good job.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Yeah, I was like really surprised when I saw it. Not like surprised that like, because I've never really had that many. I have one other thing by her, and it's just like the one where you can like, it's a teacup.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure she didn't make the teacup just like because you can get the teacups, like ceramic teacups,
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was like really excited when I saw that.
I know. I see that is so cute to me. Like the color's nice, but I love the Harry Potter charms. Like that's adorable.
So yeah, we'll see. I mean, it could knit up like really cool. Like you just don't know.
Yeah.
So
I think
maybe
I'll
start socks and I'll love them, and then I'll just make them to my length instead of his. So
that's the great thing about socks is you can adjust it as you go. So it's perfect.
Yeah. Oh, and another thing I bought was a size 0 carbon.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I bought 2 pairs of those. So that's it. That's a big haul if you ask me. I feel like I didn't buy a ton of yarn, but I guess it's quite a bit.
I know. I don't have any like crazy post Rhinebeck acquisitions. I got I ordered the mohair online, which it hasn't come yet, but it's just white mohair to go with my yarn. But this weekend, what's that?
Who did you buy that from?
So it's the Drop Studios Kid Silk, but since we can't get that in the States, there's people on Etsy that sell like the skeins of yarn, and it was only like $5 per skein, and there was like, I want to say 210 or 230 yards per skein. So I'm like, I'm just going to do this. Like, might as well. I think it ended up costing me $25 with shipping, something like that. So I'm just waiting for that to come in. It's shipping from Europe, so it'll take probably a little bit longer, but I think that's going to be perfect. And then, yeah, I'm going to Maine this weekend. So Ruben's surprised me for my birthday with a trip to Maine, so I'm super excited about that. And, of course, Swans Island and Quince & Co. are both from Maine, and Quince & Co. is actually, like, based out of Portland, which is where we're going. So I will definitely have acquisitions from this trip. And then I found out, too, that Tess Yarns, do you remember that booth at Rhinebeck? They were the ones that had, like, all of the skeins hanging, and you almost bought the mohair from them. And they had, like, the kitten yarn that was super soft. They're also based out of Portland, and they have an actual shop there. So now I'm like, oh, crap, I gotta go there, too. So, yeah.
Hey, it's your birthday trip, so who cares?
Right?
Like,
I know, just... Rhinebeck was my birthday, like, excuse, and now there's this, so it's bad, but it'll be fun.
What? Treat yourself.
Exactly. Yes, but it'll be good. I'll have more to show for our next podcast.
Yeah, and we'll probably podcast, probably not this Sunday, but next Sunday.
Yeah. I wanted to get this one in so that we have, like, it's not a full 3 weeks in between episodes, and then, we'll podcast next weekend.
And then we'll have another giveaway as well coming up soon.
Yes.
That will be on our Instagram, so follow us on our Instagram to see that. It's the Sunday Morning Knitters on Instagram.
Yep.
And then I am chelmarca on Instagram.
And I am...
But it's the beginning.
Yes, I know we forgot. I'm Melanie Matos with an underscore at the end on Instagram.
Yep.
But we should post, I'll post details on the knit along, or loosely put together knit along for the balloon jacket.
Official knit along.
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
We'll be a little bit more put together.
Yes.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. Hey, we got a podcast in, and that's the most important thing.
Yep.
We did it. I worked today, so my face is, like, falling off at this point, but it was worth it.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and watching us and listening to our spiels.
Yes. We love it.
And we will see you in a few weeks.
Yes. See you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.